have the balance between, well, we want to change from this profit-driven attitude to something more purpose-driven. But how do we define that, right? How do we redescribe essentially the target so that when the leader has it all set up, a narrative is there, which is great. And as you rightly say, great leaders have this purpose-driven narrative often. But how do you get from that narrative to the narrative or the target of a team? Because again, as you rightly said, if you just have a target, they tend to be often very narrow, often towards a profit line or some numbers instead of actually purpose. And purpose is more than just numbers, right? There's way more there, which is the good thing about it. So how do you close a bit the gap between purpose and target? And you talk a bit about strategy. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, cool. And I think the key is having the right purpose too. So the way I describe having the purpose statement, it should be two things. It should be the ambition you have for your customer, and that's also understanding what people really buy. So people don't buy drill bits; they buy holes. I came from the pharmaceuticals. People don't buy pills; they buy wellness, right? So if you understand what people are really buying is from you, and you understand the ambition you have for what you want to achieve for them, and you link that to what makes your organization unique or special, then you start to make sure that your purpose is really customer focused and the ambition you have for your customers. And then the key to making that link to strategy is how you set up and build teams. Because if you actually, and that was what I alluded to earlier, high-performing teams don't just happen, they need to be built. And part of building a team is actually understanding what is the purpose of this team, what are we here to do, and what's the big goal that we're trying to achieve. So once an organization has created that purpose, it's then empowering teams to sit down and say, okay, what's our day-to-day strategy looking like that we're doing right now, and how does this purpose influence what we do now? And how do we change or potentially change what we want to do to make that align better to where that purpose is. Because I think a lot of organizations without that, who are just profit driven, a lot of those teams have no ambition. They are just doing what they need to do, and they've probably been given their financial target to achieve for the year, and they're sitting there with that's the goal to do. And no one gets excited to go to work to do that every day. But if you're going out there to change the game, or deliver something which is you don't even know how you're going to do it yet, that's where the passion for life is. I mean, we spend so much time working. We should be making sure that people are jumping out of bed every day to go and do something valuable for society and for business and their customers.